First of all, I spoke about Gordon. Gordon is the most go-to person in Lincolnshire, indeed the world for me. This guy here, like yesterday. Like yesterday. Yesterday, you know, I got a bit of a pickle of a situation. I've got a school being a bit dumb, really, but what can you do? And I got this school and I said, Gordon, can they do this? No, because, but. Yeah, email. No, because my mate Gordon says, but. Right? Then we've got Sam. Sam contributed to the PDA workshops at Lincolnshire County Council. And I don't know if you know this, Sam, but they absolutely love you. So we do, and he gave loads of little brief sound bites information for Lincolnshire County Council's autism mandatory workshops for the care system. And at the end, as a treat, we played a whole lot. So we do your little bits throughout the workshop, and then at the end we played a whole lot. They love you. You're a star. Lily here, we talked about the world's best autism workshop. Yeah. We are also running it for the council under different circumstances. And Lily here is the expert by experience who's going to be working on that with us and co-delivering it and co-developing it. So again, you've got three absolute megastars up on the stage here. So please. The Forsyth Saga.
And I did have a presentation that said the Forsyth Saga, and I forgot to download it. So you've just talked to me. So yeah, I was getting everybody else's stuff sorted, and I didn't get mine sorted. So apologies for that. So I was asking everybody from Paact to give a little bit of insight about their children and everything else, but I was then told, well, you need to do it about your family and things. So I thought, oh, okay, it's about time, maybe I do that. And I was very, very dysregulated as a parent. I was screaming, shouting, I didn't know what to do, and I wanted everyone to do what I said. I wanted the last word. Sam really taught me well that I will never, ever have the last word. Sam has the last word, don't you? Yeah. So Sam has taught me an awful lot. Yeah, Lily's got the, sorry, they've got the microphone as well.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm just standing there. Sorry, okay. Can you hear me back all right? Yeah, brilliant. So I thought, let's ask them. It could be quite dangerous because I haven't a clue what they're going to say. I put a few questions together and we'll see what happens. And I don't mind if they say things that is a little bit out there about me. We'll see. And again, I didn't do anything, so I'm going to have to read from my phone the questions because I'm really organised. So, Sam and Lily, when you think about times when others thought you were behaving badly, how did you feel inside? And did it feel like you were in control, or was something else happening?
I've kind of been thrown under the bus here and been told I have to talk first. So I feel like my experience was a little bit different. I wasn't always perceived as kind of behaving badly. I more shut down. That's kind of how my behaviour was seen by other people. So it was more kind of not listening or not engaging, and it kind of made me feel very uncomfortable, very anxious. My main thing is anxiety, so that was a big thing for me. And if I didn't feel comfortable in a situation, I did shut down and mainly cried a lot.
Yeah.
So
and I think it's fair to say that through your shutdown and that, you were 18 months out of school as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just couldn't get into school at all.
No, I couldn't do it.
And we had to, through the anxiety and everything else, coach you in very, very slowly and step by step. Yeah. And you graduated at university this year, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So doesn't matter. So Lily's doing a SENDI course, Special Educational Needs, Disability and Inclusion. So that's what she's got her master's in. Not master's, she's doing a master's in January.
Not yet.
So we're doing that. So Sam, same question to you.
Can you reread it for me?
No, you should remember it. So when you think about times when others thought you were behaving badly, how did you feel inside? And did you feel that you were in control, or was something else happening?
It was quite infuriating, really, because I didn't realise I was behaving badly.
Yeah.
It was normal for me to act up or misbehave or not listen, get angry. It was just a normal feeling for me.
Yeah. So when you say misbehave, what sort of things would you do?
Throw things, lash out, get angry, punch things, hurt people. I'd say I was very aggressive as a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's difficult being told you are something when you don't realise you are being that said way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And what the interesting thing was, when Sam was, in my eyes, being defiant to me, not listening to me, not doing as I wanted him to do, and then he would start screaming, shouting, or whatever. I kept on going on at him and saying, "Tell me what's wrong. Come on, I can't leave you like this." And I just kept on pushing and pushing and pushing, and not realising that I needed to shut up. And he was telling me, "Leave me alone," in very kind words. But I wasn't listening. So it was my fault that I was creating a situation for my son, for him to react. But I wanted everyone to see how naughty my son was being, because I wanted to be the person that could control my children. And I couldn't at that time. But
I do disagree with you there, though. It wasn't your fault. It was
what is it?
these so-called professionals at the time telling you what you needed to do when it was complete opposite.
Yeah.
It wasn't you or mum or anyone like that.
Thank you. Well, we'll come on to that later. So, are there ways where we as your parents responded to your behaviours that felt particularly difficult or made things harder for you?
You basically just said it. It's not sure.
Will you shut up?
Yeah, especially like when I was not able to go to school, trying to, what's wrong? I don't know what's wrong. But what's wrong? If I knew what was wrong, I would have told you 20 minutes ago. I still haven't figured it out. That's all you want to do.
Yeah, but you didn't say that because
No.
you didn't say anything.
No.
You just shrugged your shoulders
Yeah.
and stared into space.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
I'm having to guess what's going on. And when you're having to guess as a parent, it gets very difficult because we've got the pressures of school to get you into school. And why aren't you going into school?
But it's hard as the person to admit, well, I don't know what's going on because I'm feeling it. I should know what I'm feeling, but I don't. And it's quite difficult to say, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because that's not the answer you're wanting. So if I don't say anything, I'm not giving you the answer you don't want.
No.
That makes sense.
It does. And what we were trying to do is, I was trying to find out, are you not going to school because you don't want to go to school? Are you going to school because you can't? What? And again, I was poking the bear really, and making things worse for you because I took away her beloved makeup. I took away her phone. And that wasn't a very good idea. It wasn't good at all.
I shouted a bit.
But because I took them away and she still wasn't going to school, it then sort of said to me, this isn't a don't want to, it's I can't. And what do we need to do to that? Which allowed us to get back to, let's go into baby steps, let's take back, and that's where we were about 18 months out of school. But we got back in, and once you got to what you were doing, you did. It was good, but it took a long time, which angered your brother because your brother had to go to school, he had no choice, and he didn't know he could get out of it. Well, why couldn't I do that? And you hated that, didn't you?
Yep.
So the same question for you, Sam, do you remember, what did we as parents do that annoyed you, or could we have done differently?
You still do everything, though. Again, it was just more not listening to what I was trying to tell you, even though I weren't telling you. If that makes sense, I was telling you in my own way, and didn't understand it. You, mum, family, anybody really. Even though I feel like I was black and white telling you exactly what I needed and what I wanted from you in my own way, and I just wasn't there really. Not out of,
No, we weren't interpreting what you were saying. We were expecting you to go on our level instead of us coming onto your level. Yeah. So when if you don't mind me saying, I'm not trying to make you feel that, but so when you were hitting myself or whatever, or damaging the house, I think you said to me, when I do that, I don't see you. Yeah, explain.
I think I remember you saying to, or me overhearing you talking to mum once when I had one of my, I call it episodes, but it was like you said, my eyes glazed over completely, and I wasn't me. It was whatever it was inside of me taking over. Not listen, I'm not making any excuses for my actions, but yeah, that didn't. I knew I could see everything when I was getting angry, and then once I got to a certain level, it was just anything or anyone in my way was a target,
Fair game.
quite literally.
Yeah.
And it was you gonna get out of my way.
Yeah. And your sister was quite a target, wasn't she?
But I never.
No.
I never put that.
Oh no,
No.
but that, she was an anger outlet in terms of would be a trigger sometimes, not
I
purposely.
don't know why that was.
I'm just annoying.
As you say.
Yeah.
No, there was no reason that I can think of why. But yeah.
I'd like to go on to the next question, but somebody's trying to phone me, and I didn't swipe up because I'll answer them. It's a cold call.
Dad, press the on button.
Oh, yeah. It's not loud. Thank you. You know, I am organised normally. Honest.
It's not.
Okay. So looking back, is there anything that we've done or changed as parents that made it easier for you to feel more understood or safe? And is there anything that really has helped other than just a sort of a slight change? What has made you be able to go to university? What's made you to where you are at the moment? And I'll come to that at the very end.
So I think you doing all of this, you joining and showing that you do understand us. You're still annoying, don't get me wrong, but you listen and you know that there's not always going to be the answer that you want, even though you still try and find the answer. There's not always going to be one, and you learn to pick up on not only what we say but our faces, because if we're not saying anything, our faces are very what's the word?
Expression.
Yeah, expressionate, massively. So you can see it by our faces whether we're done with the conversation, and you'll say, right, okay, I'll give you a bit, come back in a bit, see if you want to talk to me yet. I'll walk back in, see, yeah, we're still not there, and I'll walk back again, and just keep doing that until we're eventually ready to talk to you. Or you'll sit there and you'll not leave us alone until we do.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what we need, because sometimes I do want to talk to you, but I just can't yet. And just having you sat there, you can see it in my body. My words have gone.
Relax.
Yeah, and so I'll at one point be laid down in bed, and then I kind of sit up a little bit, and I'll sit round, and then eventually after about an hour we'll have a conversation. That's really helped, and given us other people to talk to, taking us places. A lot of my issues have been brought on by pain as well, so being able to understand that and having you be able to relate to that, and one being able to relate to that really helps.
Okay. So. Okay. So what have we done differently? Looking back, are there ways in which? So is there anything that we've done that's changed? You as a person, that's made it easier for you to feel understood.
Yeah, you and mum both. Instead of trying to get us to do what you want. You turned it around and treated us like your equals, and you actually bothered to listen to our opinions and what we wanted, and even if you didn't agree with it, you'd sit us down and not necessarily tell us no, but explain to us in ways that we may understand the reason to why we're not going to do this or do that or everything like that. You took more time into actually listening to us and then trying to find a solution into helping us.
Yeah, because the one thing that you've taught me, the pair of you, is that without, and I think Mackenzie alluded to it earlier, without the why, and a very, very good why, there's no way you're going to do it. No.
Oh no.
Yeah. So again, it's being able to have the conversation, get to what your thinking process is, and then giving you the reasons. As not just no, whatever, but the why has got to be so important.
The demands just stopped as such. Not the demands in a nasty way, but you are going to do this because I'm your dad and I'm telling you you're going to do it. It was more, yeah, asking us to do it and giving us two choices, but either way you was getting what you wanted out of it in the end, if that makes sense. Like what I say all the time about the pot washing. You can either do the pots now or later, but either way you're going to do them, but it's my choice. And you still got the outcome you wanted, so that's basically what you did. Yeah. But not in a manipulative way.
Yeah. Another thing that I found was very, very useful was texting. So when they weren't ready to talk, text, because you can get a lot said without the anger and everything else and the interpretation. We did an awful lot to begin with. And when Sam was, when Lily was going to shut down, we'd text and we'd get one word answers. When Sam was really, really angry with us, to get it out, he had to get out of the system rather than face to face, because with face to face, you'd really want to hit me. So we would text and get all the anger out through text, and then we could come and talk a few hours later and things like that. The text, I think, was one of the biggest things that I found allowed us to move forward rather than face-to-face confrontations.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'll just call you a moan at you. And now I just call you to moan at you.
Yes. Brilliant. So, in school, were there specific things on like classes, noises, the rules that made it harder for you to feel comfortable or focused? And can you tell us more about these challenges? We've got 2 minutes, more or less.
Oh gosh. I think this is probably the only place where we're quite similar. We both liked drama. You did it. So that means you liked it. So we both did drama, I did dance, and I could basically do what I wanted because it's all interpretive. So I didn't have to stick to a certain schedule or just kind of did it. You can do it however you want, and you can be any character you want. And yes, that you might be, this is the script, follow it, but you can do that any way you want, and that's what worked for me. So probably the only lesson I probably enjoyed. You got your moves, do what you want. You got your script, do what you want. That's how it worked for me.
Thank you.
I hated the fact that, well, for me, I didn't like people behind me. I felt so, I still don't really. If I'm in a restaurant, I'll sit facing everybody, like here, quite comfortable because I can see everyone and no one's behind me. But in school, it was always, you didn't have a choice where you sat. In the end, I did, because I would always sit in the corner or with my back to a wall so I could see what was going on, so I could then concentrate, kind of. What was your
and I think when you go into places like restaurants, school, the first thing you do when he comes in here, whether this room or downstairs or anywhere, is you look where the exits are and you look where the cameras are. He knows every escape route in that building before he even sat down, and where he's going to sit, where he's going to feel the most comfortable. So when we went into restaurants or like that, we said, where do you want to sit?
Yeah.
We never had a choice, so you had to make that decision, didn't you?
Yeah. It was more so I could feel safe for myself, but also feel safe for you guys. Because I can see things before they happen. So I can...
You scan.
Yeah. And
You never pay attention to it.
No. we talk to you and I'm not listening to you because I'm looking at everything else, everyone else.
Even when we're at home, you don't listen to us.
Good. So the way that teachers spoke to you now, and I'm not looking at teachers, but this is the lack of understanding that Claire intimated it along the way, is that they wanted you to behave in a certain way, and that really did cause you difficulties. The
Yeah,
parent.
they wanted us to be like every other kid in the class, and the truth is, none of the kids in that class were the same. And it was, they wanted us to behave that way, but then they wanted us to learn the same way as everybody else, and I certainly wasn't that person. I couldn't learn like everyone else. When the teacher was talking, I could not look them in the eye, or I had to be doing something else, like I'm doing now. I'm looking at the floor, but I'm paying attention. It's difficult for me to make eye contact with people when I'm doing something. And then a lot of the teachers always say, look at me when I'm talking to you, but that would then put my defences up, and I certainly was not going to be looking at them when I was talking to them. And in the end I had to stop talking to them, stop doing as I told, misbehaving, because they weren't willing to meet me halfway, or at least figure out a way to help me or teach me. So, I mean, I get it, there's 30 odd people in the class, but there was nothing.
No. Good. So, Lily, when she was doing a degree, she had to do a talk and stand up and that, and she got through it, but she was in tears and took 3 attempts.
Fingers will tell you guys.
And to stand up here and do what you've done today has been brilliant, so thank you very much. And for Sam to be here and doing this, it's taken about 4 years of me wanting to come and do this, and you've come to a couple of events, but you've left after about half an hour really. It was too much, so thank you very much. And can I just say that Sam became a dad last weekend, and I'm glad.
Thank you.
She's beautiful.
Sorry, I don't get to ask many questions, do I? It's not a question, it's an observation. And your dad and I spend a lot of time drinking coffee and sitting around in cars, don't we?
We do.
And going places, doing things and planning things. And the observation is that you know, they clearly built this good relationship between the three of them, but with particularly Sam, yeah, he rings all the time. He'll phone Dad up all the time. Dad will always pick up. Dad will always pick up. And so what I'm seeing in this is Dad is always Dad. He's got, that's my dad, Dad knows. And I think that is a credit to the three of you, the relationship where you've always communicated, or you've tried all the other versions, as have we all, and then you realise that communication is key for you, and that you can trust your old man. He's got the wisdom.
That's Dad and Mum as well. Mum's
Yeah.
She's at the back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also, just when you said about sitting in a chair in school, you're told where to sit. I just wanted to share something with you, Sam. I had a morning meeting in a school not far from here, and in that morning meeting, a boy had just come back from his exclusion, and he said, "I really want to sit at the back. I really want to sit at the back." And the school, you know the story, don't you, Gordon? And the school were having none of it. Particularly this teacher, he said, "It's my classroom. I'll tell you where you can sit." And this boy, if he sits at the back, he kicks people behind you. I went into that classroom where that seat in the back was empty, and I sat down. I don't know if you can see me, and I put myself as long as I could make myself, and I tried to kick the girl in front of me, and I couldn't reach. It was a power trip. It was a power trip. And the boy was excluded by the end of the day because for sensory reasons he couldn't bear being sitting where he was. You know, so I get it, Sam. I get it. And I've written here, the key to this conference I've found so far is listening.
Yeah.
Listening.
That's all we ever asked for as well.
Yeah.
Just be listened to.
At this conference, I'm talking over you now, Sam, instead of listening.
Normal with you.
Yeah. But this conference has got listening going all the way through it. Listen to that person. And look what it does. It's had these great results. I've done that.
Thank you.
Thank you.